Big changes are happening right now in Sparwood, British Columbia, Canada. Welcome back. Sparwood, BC is a cornerstone of the region known for its robust mining industry, tight-knit community, and unique blend of industrial strength and natural beauty. For decades, it's been a place where people come to live, work hard, and have a community-focused life. But lately, even in a town on solid foundations, things have been shifting. For many, understanding these changes in the housing market is more important than ever. Those that are not familiar with Sparwood, it's in the Kootenays, East Kootenays. It's a proud mining town, deeply connected to the coal industry, which provides significant employment to the local coal industry and service providers around. Sparwood, for those of you that don't know, is in the East Kootenays. It is 20 minutes from the southern eastern border with Alberta, 20 minutes from Fernie, 20 minutes from Elkford, and 20 minutes from the Crow's Nest Pass. Sparwood, you probably know it best as the big truck, right? The big Terex Titan truck on the way into town. So basically, Sparwood is a coal mining town. It supports, I think there's about 5,000 people that work at the mine. And then there's the services that it supports. It's a busy place. Sparwood boasts a strong sense of community, affordable living, and direct access to stunning wilderness. This unique combination has always drawn a very specific demographic, and those seeking steady work, a great living, family-friendly environment, lots of time off, and outdoor access without the resort town hustle and bustle. Basically, you can live and work in Sparwood. You can have a great life, a great lifestyle, own your own home, and you can enjoy all the amenities, all the outdoor stuff. Sparwood is, the Elk Valley is actually probably the nicest place in the world to mine. Seriously, the conditions, the activities, the lifestyle, you can't beat it. So, pre-pandemic, leading up to the pandemic, Fernie, Sparwood's real estate market moved with the resource with coal mine industry. When it took off, it would take off. When the industry would slow down, it would slow down as well. It's generally more affordable and attainable compared to other parts of BC, and the market felt very predictable, especially when you look at the coastal communities in comparison. There was consistent demand, but it was largely organic and tied to local employment trends. So when the mines were busy, and they are busy, when the mines are busy and they're hiring, more people move in, and then the mines just keep growing. You should see these things nowadays. Pandemic hit, even industrial focused towns like Sparwood felt the ripples. While not as dramatic as the surge in resort towns driven by remote work, Sparwood did have its own changes. The appreciation for smaller communities coupled with housing demand increases bumped up the demand in Sparwood for homes. People reevaluated their living situations, and some looked to places like Sparwood for stability, community, and relative affordability. This period set the stage for big changes we're observing in the market today. So here we are today, July 2025. Who'd have thunk? I was born in the 1970s. I was born in the 1900s. Anyways, let's dive into the latest. I'm going to read this stuff off here because I don't want to get it wrong. Let's dive into the latest data, specifically for Sparwood for June 2025. For single-family homes in Sparwood, we saw 7 sales in June 2025, a significant 40% increase in units sold compared to the same period last year. This suggests a healthy level of transaction activity. The benchmark price for single-family homes in Sparwood stands at $533,700, representing a 5.5% increase from June of 2024. This indicates steady appreciation, a positive sign for homeowners while still offering a more accessible price point. Looking at townhouses, the market was quieter in June 2025 with a 0 sales reported. This indicates extremely low inventory or a lull in demand. No, it's the inventory of this specific type of housing during that month. For apartments and condos, Sparwood recorded 2 sales in June of 2025, and this is a 33% decrease in sales volume compared to last year, suggesting less activity in the segment, while specific benchmark pricing data for Sparwood apartments wasn't provided for June of 2025 in the same manner as a single-family home. The regional district benchmark for apartments did see a 4.1% decrease to 322,200. All right. So we're in a small town where little changes make big percents. There's not a big enough pool of sales to make the call on anything, really. To provide a broader context, the overall Kootenay region saw its residential average price for May 2025 at $567,285, a slight negative 2% change from 2024. Active listings in the Kootenays for May 2025 were at 1,712, up 6.5% from May of 2024. The sales to active listings ratio for the Kootenay region was 18.7% in May 2025, generally considered a balanced market. Across BC, the BC Real Estate Association reported 6,945 residential unit sales in May 2025, down 13% from May 2024. The average MLS residential price in BC in May 2025 was $959,000, down 4.2%. BC residential sales dollar volume is down 12%, and residential sales are down 9%. The average MLS residential price year to date is also down 4.2%. Basically, so let me go back one page here. Sparwood benchmark pricing for single family homes is $533,700. Average price in the Kootenay region, $567,285. That means the average house in Sparwood is actually cheaper than any other house in the Kootenays. So that's interesting. I didn't know that. And with the rental rates and stuff that we get in Sparwood, that makes Sparwood a pretty good place to invest your money. And if you want to talk about that, that's a different conversation. I'm not going to bring that one up today, but we can chat. All right. What are the key factors? First and foremost, the stability of the local resource industry, demand for labor in the mining sector, and the wages that it pays. You make a good living and you can live quite nicely in Sparwood. Limited inventory is a challenge. New development. We are seeing some new developments, and that's good. We need to get some things built a little quicker. That'd be awesome. And then comparative affordability plays a significant, huge role. So compared to Sparwood to Fernie, your $533,000 home in Sparwood compared to your $1 million home in Fernie, guess which one is probably a better deal for you right now? So while Sparwood's market shows big demand and price growth, the impact on residents is crucial. I got to consider it. Long-term are making money on their homes, which is great. However, those looking to enter the market, it's not so great because you still have young families, new workers face rising prices. The dynamics of a resource-based town means that income levels often correlate directly with the industry, ensuring that housing remains accessible for the local workforce from entry-level positions to seasoned professionals. This is ongoing balancing act between market appreciation and local affordability and availability. The current interest rate is doing what it's doing. We can't really change it. I'm glad it's not 7%. I wish it was 0, but it's not. It's hovering, making its way in that 4 and 5 range. So pay attention to it, but don't lose any sleep over it because you have no control. Local planning and community focus. Sparwood is fairly proactive in planning and releasing lands to help developers get things going. If you're a developer, follow the process. Sparwood's specific industrial context, collaboration between the city of Sparwood and major employers, which is right now Glencore, EVR, Elk Valley Resources. Talk about housing solutions and paths going forward all the time. I know this, I was part of some of that stuff. And ongoing dialogue and planning are essential to ensure the community can continue to grow sustainably. All right, now for the big question. What can we expect in the next coming months and years for Sparwood's real estate market? It's a tough one. On the assumption that the mining sector remains robust with stable employment. Yes, they did lay off 100 people back in April, but that had nothing to, I know they're hiring 100 more in the operations. So unfortunate for some, good for some of those that got laid off. Now you want to see money get spent, wait till coal hits 300 again. Yeah, that's when you see money flow. A slight increase in available inventory, especially for townhouses and apartments, would be needed to balance the market and alleviate some price pressures. Without that, prices are likely to remain firm or continue a gradual upward trajectory. The broader BC market has seen decline in home sales and average price adjustments in the first 5 months of the year. It's kind of in staying with the rest of the country. Now, while Sparwood's market dynamics are somewhat unique, a significant provincial or national economic downturn could still impact demand and prices. However, its industrial base provides a level of resilience not always seen in purely residential markets. The long-term outlook points to continued demand shaped by industry stability and the ongoing search for attainable living in the communities. All right, buyers, pay attention, particularly those that are ready to go and make Sparwood your home. Understand what your budget is and get prepared to act. The current market, properties can move quickly, especially single-family homes, even townhouses. Get pre-approved and work closely with a local agent who understands Sparwood's unique nuances. I'm that guy, and if you don't like how I look, I can definitely help you find someone that can help you. For sellers, it's still a favorable market to capitalize on your property's equity with consistent demand for single-family homes. Presenting your property effectively can maximize your return. And for locals who are navigating the changes, stay informed about any new community housing initiatives and programs. Talk to your mortgage broker. You need to know what you can and can't do. And then once you know what you can do, let's start going looking at some houses, okay? Because no use looking at a $600,000 or $700,000 house if you're only going to get $450,000 in your mortgage. All right, you need to be strategic. We need to set up a strategy, and we need to give her. We need to take care of all. We need to dot those I's and cross those T's, so that when we're ready to go, we can pounce when the right property hits the market. The Sparwood real estate market is a reflection of its foundational strengths, unique economic drivers, and broader shifts influencing real estate across BC. How the community is going to adapt to these changes will shape Sparwood's future. I can't wait to hear what you've got to say on this matter. Put your thoughts below. What do you think? Are you a first-time home buyer, a mover-upper, a vertical move? Like, are you looking to sell your $400,000 house and buy a $600,000 house, or a $5 and move into the $7s into something brand new? Sparwood has what you need. Sparwood can offer you what you want. You just got to be ready to make the plunge, take the plunge, and pull the trigger. All right? You guys have a great day. Peace.